In today's show, Bitcoin dips 8% from highs as trader demands Bitcoin bulls reclaim 37,500. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. And as crypto analyst, Mikhail Van de Pop shares here, Bitcoin rejected at 38,000 and hit the first important level of support at 36,000 here. Might have a short-term bounce, but anything sub 37,500 isn't shouting for bullishness. Now check this out. Bitcoin's annual settlement volume has officially surpassed Visa's. Let's go. And this just in breaking news, Bitcoin CEO rejects IMF demand will continue to make Bitcoin legal tender in more nations. Now, on a serious tip, I love that meme, by the way, the Royal Bank of Canada, the country's largest bank, appears to be running its own Bitcoin node. And this just in breaking news, Turkey president reportedly instructed the ruling party to explore cryptocurrencies. And my response, holy what? Bukele did it. And another one, and as Fernando points out here, if Turkey adopts Bitcoin as legal tender, it's not inconsequential. It'll be earth-shattering. Dominoes across the Middle East and Africa will soon fall. And speaking of Turkey, Turkish president orders ruling party to organize a metaverse forum. They have identified the metaverse as a priority area for policy development. And this just in breaking news, President Vladimir Putin says Russia has some advantages in Bitcoin mining. And Max Kaiser responded to this story. I've been hammering this point to the Kremlin for 10 years, personally lobbying on a few occasions. Glad to see my message finally getting through. The US needs to start mining or get left behind in the new hash race. And yesterday I shared a story of Cathy Woods Ark Invest predicting a $1 million Bitcoin price by 2030, where their new report also says Ethereum to hit a $20 trillion market cap by 2030. That's right, a new report from Cathy Woods Ark Invest forecasts Ether will meet or even exceed a $20 trillion market cap within the next 10 years, which would equate to a price of around $170,000 to $180,000 per ETH. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major alts are back in the red and correcting. But where's the Bitcoin price? Likely to go next. Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs along with a $100,000 Bitcoin price. And if you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick, before I kick off today's show, today's episode is brought to you by BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. They have a special promo they're running right now where you can get up to $250 in Bitcoin for funding your account today. And their flagship products include their BlockFi interest account, where you can earn up to a 9% APY with no minimum balance and no hidden fees. And of course, you can buy, sell, and trade the top cryptocurrencies instantly, 24/7, 365. And also have a BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card where you can earn 3.5% Bitcoin back on all your purchases within your first 90 days, then get an unlimited 1.5% back in Bitcoin on everything you buy thereafter. And they also offer crypto-backed loans where you can borrow against your crypto at rates as low as 4.5% APR with no prepayment penalties, no impact to your credit, and receive the funds the same business day, truly making this a no-brainer. So go ahead and click my referral link in the description right down below and get up to $250 in Bitcoin for funding your account today. And let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, crypto fam? Holla at your boy in the live chat. The Bitcoin climbed down from multi-day highs on January 27th as the aftermath of the U.S. Federal Reserve meeting saw bulls taper their enthusiasm. And right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin walking back some of its gains, which have topped out at 38,950 on Bitstamp. And at the time of this recording, we're trading just above $36,500. And as momentum gathered pace, market commentators began hoping for a stronger weekly close, possibly including a challenge of the $40,000 resistance. However, now that mood is less euphoric, and as crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Pop shares here, Bitcoin rejected at 38,000 and hit the first important level of support at 36,000 here. Might have a short-term bounce, but anything sub 37,500 isn't shouting for bullishness. No other crypto analysts are voicing dissatisfaction with the outcome of the Fed meeting, in particular with the lack of new insight and policy information from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Quoting them here, with inflation well above 2% and a strong labor market, the committee expects it'll soon be appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate, a statement by the Federal Open Market Committee read. Now, the committee decided to continue to reduce the monthly pace of its net asset purchases, bringing them to an end in early March, and so they say. And with that, the crypto markets had few macro cues to react to, a paradigm shift in price behavior yet to make an appearance. Meanwhile, crypto liquidations passed $300 million. Altcoins follow Bitcoin in step to shed several percentage points on the day, once more adding to the week's overall losses. Ethereum fell back below $2,500, still down 22% over the past 7 days. And right here, you're looking at the Ethereum 1 hour candle chart. Now, others fared somewhat better, with Dogecoin retaining most of its previous progress and Cardano trading flat at $1.06. Now, not everyone escaped unscathed post-Fed. However, with the total crypto cross liquidations passing $320 million, data from on-chain monitoring resource CoinGlass confirmed, as you can see right here in this chart. And as Samson Mao shared here with this meme, breaking news: Bitcoin CEO rejects IMF demand, will continue to make Bitcoin legal tender in more nations. Take that, IMF. And on a serious note, this just in, Bitcoin's annual settlement volume has officially surpassed Visa's. You can see Bitcoin settlement volume above 13.1 trillion, with Visa at 13 trillion. And also, the Royal Bank of Canada, the country's largest bank, appears to be running its own Bitcoin node. And before I break down our next breaking story of the day, President Vladimir Putin says Russia has some advantages in Bitcoin mining, as well as Turkey president reportedly instructed the ruling party to explore cryptocurrencies, as well as to organize a metaverse forum, and Ethereum to hit a $20 trillion market cap by 2030, according to the latest report by Ark Invest. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin currently correcting, down 3% for the day, trading just above $36,700. We have Ether down 3%, trading back under $2,500. Solana down 5%, trading just above $91. Luna down 5%, trading at $60.55, and Cardano down almost 4%, trading at $1.05. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Russian President Vladimir Putin has given crypto enthusiasts a glimmer of hope for the future of digital assets in the country, which have been under the threat from a recent push to ban cryptos and mining. The strongman leader opened a Wednesday video conference with members of the Russian government by saying he would like to start with the issue that is currently in the spotlight, the regulation of cryptocurrencies. Quoting him here, "Of course, we also have certain competitive advantages here, especially in the so-called mining. I mean, the surplus of electricity and the well-trained personnel available in the country." And according to analysts, in spring 2021, the price of electricity in Russia was 6 cents per kilowatt hour for household use and 8 cents for business. And to compare, in France, 1 kilowatt hour of electricity costs 20 cents for householders and 14 cents for business, which is 4 times more expensive than in Russia. He also called on the country's central bank to meet with his government in the near future so they might come to a consensus on the use of crypto. And last Thursday, Russia's central bank published a report proposing a blanket ban on domestic crypto trading and mining. The report stated that the risks of crypto are much higher for emerging markets, including Russia. Russia's central bank had also had concerns regarding crypto for some time. In December 2021, the Central Bank of Russia governor, Elvira, said we cannot welcome investments into cryptocurrencies. Then on Wednesday, Russian finance minister Ivan responded with opposition to the proposed blanket ban, calling for regulation rather than restriction. He highlighted that a ban on crypto would cause the country to fall behind the worldwide tech industry. Quoting him here, "We need to give these technologies the opportunity to develop." Meanwhile, Putin assured his parliamentarians that the central bank does not stand in our way of technical progress and is making the necessary efforts to introduce the latest technologies in this area of activity. Despite these assurances, Putin conceded that expanded the use of crypto carries certain risks given its high volatility. And while Russia's central bank has been skeptical of crypto for quite some time, Putin's opinion has remained somewhat unclear. In November 2021, he pointed out that crypto is not backed by anything and that the volatility is colossal. And back in 2020, the central bank announced that it was studying the possibility of a digital ruble, with prototype testings planned for this month. And in a recent post on the messaging platform Telegram, CEO Pavel wrote that the proposed ban on crypto would destroy a number of sectors of the high-tech economy. And I love Max Kaiser's response to this story. "I've been hammering this point to the Kremlin for 10 years, personally lobbying on a few occasions. Glad to see my message finally getting through. The US needs to start mining or get left behind in the new hash race." And checking out some of the responses to his tweet, Adam Back wrote, "Seems to me that the Russians are more pragmatic at game theory, more likely to see the counterintuitive move and just pragmatically do it." And here's a very interesting prediction thread. Russia slowly starting accumulating Bitcoin over the next year or so. Bitcoin price is growing up in straight line, and then at a certain point, Russia markets buy spot orders for a few billions. Bitcoin price pumps to $1 million overnight from slow grind to 100,000 in 2024. Russia makes it legal currency after accumulating maximum Bitcoins, declares UBI for all Russians. There is a race to mine Bitcoin in US and all around the world, and people are selling everything to buy. US and rest of the world tries to ban Bitcoin. People get mad and there are riots, civil war everywhere as the price just keeps going up. Energy grid grids are collapsing everywhere in the world. There is a race to mine. Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, everyone is producing mining rigs. Russia is ripping all of the benefits of accumulating the majority of Bitcoin for a total cost of $500 to $800 billion. With it pumped price in Bitcoin, now its GDP suddenly soars to $200 trillion. Russia becomes the next superpower with chaos in the rest of the world just because other countries slept on Bitcoin that without even firing a single nuke, just because the rest of the world leaders slept on Bitcoin. So there you have it. Do you feel Russia is likely to adopt the king of all crypto? Let me know in the comments below. I want to give a quick shout out to Prime XBT, an award-winning multi-asset trading platform that allows you to trade global financial markets using Bitcoin, USD, Tether, USDC, and more. And when I say award-winning, I'm not exaggerating. As you can see in this Cointelegraph headline, Prime XBT wins ADVFN award for best Bitcoin margin trading. And as you can see on their website, they also won the Forex awards for best crypto and Forex broker, as well as best crypto trading app. And their volume is insane. They do over 545 million in trading volume per day. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the link in the description right down below to visit Prime XBT today and start trading within minutes. And let's get this crypto, shall we? And before I break down next breaking story of the day, Turkey president reportedly instructed the ruling party to explore cryptocurrencies as well as Ethereum to hit a $20 trillion market cap by 2030, according to Ark Invest. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just under $1.7 trillion with 87 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. I don't know why it says 87 trillion. That does not seem right whatsoever. Now, Bitcoin dominance is currently 41.9% with the Ether dominance at 17.6%. And checking out the top gainers within the crypto market, we have Chickenzilla leading the pack once again, up over 10,000% for the day, followed by ChainPay up 4,800%, followed by Mandy Token up over 3,600%. Now, obviously, these are the super-ish coins, but which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on for 2022? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 20 out of 100 in extreme fear. Yesterday was a 23, last week a 24, and last month a 41 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That could be a great buying opportunity like we're witnessing right now. BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Turkish President Erdogan and ruling AK party officials met earlier this week to discuss the metaverse, with the president calling for comprehensive research on the subject. Erdogan had reportedly urged the AK party to study the metaverse, cryptos, and how transactions are made using them, according to a daily Sabah report. And at the meeting on Tuesday, party leaders were instructed to research this phenomenon with significant ramifications for the future. The economic aspects of the metaverse, cryptocurrencies, and social media are likely to be addressed at a forum that will be organized by the ruling party. And in Turkey, the metaverse is gaining interest. According to some reports, thousands of virtual territories in Turkey, most of which are located in the historic former capital of Istanbul, have already been purchased in game-based metaverse platforms. Now, the Turkish government recently met in the metaverse to discuss cryptocurrency legislation. Grand National Assembly of Turkey chairman Mustafa then said, "I believe that the metaverse-based meetings would be improved expeditiously and become an essential part of our lives." And while the Turkish government is open to blockchain technology, the metaverse, and a state-issued digital currency, President Erdogan is notorious for his harsh opposition to cryptos. Last year, during a public Q&A session, he declared war on cryptocurrencies, implying that the country had no interest in adopting them. But thanks to Nayib Bukele recently meeting up with Turkish president, now they're discussing cryptocurrencies and embracing them. And as Fernando points out here, if Turkey adopts Bitcoin as legal tender, it is not inconsequential. It'll be earth-shattering. Dominoes across the Middle East and Africa will soon fall. Let's go mass BTC adoption. Which country do you think will be next to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender? I shared this poll last night on Crypto Twitter. Next country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, 37.8% of you said Turkey, 30.3% of you said Brazil, 21.7% of you said Tonga, and 10.2% of you said Russia. So there you have it. And before I break down our final story of the day, Ethereum to hit a $20 trillion market cap by 2030, according to Ark Invest, with the price of ETH reaching between $170,000 and $180,000 per coin. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store, now live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, a blog I update daily, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.net. equates.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. A new report from Cathy Woods Ark Invest forecasts Ethereum will meet or even exceed a $20 trillion market cap within the next 10 years, which would equate to a price of around $170,000 to $180,000 per ETH. Like, whoa. Now, the report is also predicting big things for Bitcoin, as I covered very thoroughly in yesterday's episode, predicting Bitcoin price can exceed $1 million within the next 8 years. Now, let me know if you agree or disagree with Ark Invest predictions. Ark Invest is a tech-focused American asset management firm based in the U.S. with $12.43 billion in assets under management. So this is a pretty big deal. And as they shared here on Crypto Twitter, Big Ideas 2022 report is here to enlighten investors on the impact of breakthrough technologies. We began publishing Big Ideas in 2017. This annual research report seeks to highlight our most provocative research conclusions for the year. I'll include this report in the show notes below the video in the description. Now for some of the highlights, the prediction in Ark Invest's report, Big Ideas 2022, is a prediction on how quickly the Ethereum network has grown in utility and efficiency. Much of the growth over the past 2 years has come from decentralized finance. Ark described the appeal of DeFi, sharing the following: decentralized finance promises more interoperability, transparency, and financial services while minimizing intermediary fees and counterparty risk. And according to Ark, smart contracts and decentralized applications on Ethereum are usurping traditional financial functions at the margin. The report highlights the banking and lending exchanges, brokerages, asset management, insurance, and derivatives can all be found on Ethereum-based smart contracts. And what's more, DeFi is a lot more efficient too. Ark estimated that DeFi outperformed traditional finance over the last 12 months in terms of revenue per employee from 88 million to 8 million. And in terms of Bitcoin, the report forecasts 1.36 million per BTC with a market cap of 28.5 trillion by 2030. Ark researchers assigned an estimated future value to 8 of Bitcoin's use cases and used the sum of all of them to reach its conclusion about the Bitcoin price. And by 2030, the firm expects Bitcoin to account for 50% of the global remittances at 1.5x velocity, 10% of emerging markets currency, 25% of the United States bank settlement volumes, and 1% of nation-state treasuries worldwide, while 5% of the global high net worth individuals' wealth and 2.55% of institutional asset base, 5% of the cash from the S&P 500 companies, and 50% of gold's total market cap. Now, Ark also argued that Bitcoin mining could revolutionize the energy production. While global concerns have been raised about the tremendous amount of energy that Bitcoin mining requires, which we all know is nothing more than FUD, the researchers believe that Bitcoin mining will encourage and generate more electricity from renewable, carbon-free sources. Quoting them here, the addition of Bitcoin mining into power developers' toolboxes should increase the overall addressable market for renewable and intermittent power sources. And what are your thoughts surrounding their bullish price predictions on Ethereum hitting between $170,000 and $180,000 and the Bitcoin price hitting 1.36 million per BTC by 2030? Let me know if you agree or disagree with Ark Invest. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin dips 8% from highs as trader demands Bitcoin bulls reclaim 37,500, as well as Russian President Vladimir Putin says crypto mining has its advantages in Russia, as well as Turkish President orders ruling party to organize a metaverse forum to discuss cryptocurrency, as well as Ethereum to hit a $20 trillion market cap by 2030, reaching $170,000 to $180,000 per ETH, according to the latest report by Ark Invest. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode, G-Man wrote, "Keep it up, El Salvador. The IMF is not about the common good of the people. Bitcoin is. Bitcoin says freedom and power for the people. IMF says you are rodents and sheeple. Keep it up, JV. It's my time to go stack more sats. Facts, fam. Thanks so much for tuning in and sharing. Keep stacking them sats." And hodl. Now for our next featured comment of the day comes from Steve Hubbs, who wrote, "Minor wave 5 started during the Fed Q&A. If this wave is equal to minor wave 1 or 12,500 in length, then Bitcoin should go from 39,000 to 26,500. Then intermediate wave 5 can begin, which would take the Bitcoin price to $200,000 by end of year. $200,000 Bitcoin by end of year. Send it. Let's freaking go." Now for our third and final feature comment of the day comes from Jerry Wanayat. "Best opportunity to buy crypto since March 2020 is right now. Great job, JV. Well said. Accumulation mode fully activated. Let's go." And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below.